also gonna mention, like, I know we've definitely touched on this in the past, but at least for me, go for one scholarship a quarter. I know Henry might be like, that's too few, but I guess that's my goalpost that I'm setting.
Yeah, for me, that was, I used to do that as well, just one a quarter, and then I would go Henry. Henry turned Clark Kent into Superman. The other thing that I would say that is super useful in the scholarship systems is finding people that are close friends or colleagues that have been successful in scholarships that you're looking to get, and having them share their lessons with you. The least uh, resource intense version of that is just having them share a successful statement of purpose or share successful applications, because they've already written it. It's just a document on their computer. They can send it to you. Normally, when I've had that happen in my past, folks will ask those to keep private, and I completely, if they're willing to share it, I'll keep everything private. But the idea is that you get insights into that. This book, I actually didn't read this book when I was a student, but I think it's well written anyways. I spent a number of hours reading it myself, and it's by two authors that have a lot of success in this. And I think they actually include different essays and scholarship writing in that book as an example. And the idea is that to kind of have a model to go on instead of going from a blank slate. So the biggest one-time scholarship I ever got, when I was writing some of that work, I knew one of the people that got it either the year before me or 2 years before me. And so I asked that woman if she would share her application, and she was happy to do it, because she said to me, like, you need to go for the scholarship. You're perfect for it. And so that was a way that I got that. And so I guess those two habits, like having a capture system by which you can reflect on your learning, whether or not you get it. If you get it, it's nice because you can turn it into a CV or a resume, right? If you don't get it, it's actually really, really nice to be able to like reflect. What were the things you did well? What were the things that were useful? How is this powerful? And then use that for future learning, so that when you go for your next scholarship, you can read back like, oh, these are the things I want to change. This was the lesson that I got out of that. And then the second thing is start developing a network of like-minded scholars where you can leverage their work as a way to teach yourself without actually having to burn yourself on the stove, so to speak, right? And that can be people that you actually know, or it can be resources online or through books that you purchase, right? And the challenge that I always pose to myself, and I would pose this, Henry has taken this and run with it, is every dollar that you spend, let that be a dollar you plan to earn back at minimum, right? So, I spent probably $20 on those books over the course of my career, hundreds of thousands of dollars of scholarship and internship money that I earned, right? And so that would be the reason that I say that is it's not always easy to convince yourself that you should be spending money on these books, but I always it's like a bet, right? Like you're literally betting. If I buy this book and then I read it deeply and then I actually implement my plan, I'm betting that I'm going to be strategic enough and gritty enough that at some point it's going to pay off, and it will pay back every cent of the book that I purchased and more, right?